All right, Liberty, thank you so much for that. All right, he spent more than 25 years inspiring others through his ministry, but now a brain cancer diagnosis is inspiring one local pastor to push himself even farther.
Orange pastor Jay Hewitt completed this year's virtual Ironman race in Kona in under 14 hours. He joins us now to share his incredible story. Thank you so much for being here, Pastor Jay. We really appreciate it. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So let's go back to 2018 when you were first diagnosed. Tell us what was going on for you and how you decided to handle it.
Well, out of nowhere, I started having seizures, and it threw me for a loop. So I went in to the doctor, and soon I found out I had a brain tumor, and that was confirmed to be brain cancer.
What would you say was the point? Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead and finish.
Okay. At that point, I knew that I wanted to teach my daughter some core things. And I knew that if she was going to see me sick, that I also wanted her to see me get up and continue to press on. And so I decided that I'd do an Ironman because their tagline is just perfect, that anything is possible. And I wanted my daughter to see that in me, so that I could pass that example on to her.
So we just heard you there. You say that you've competed in an Ironman, you've completed an Ironman. When you go through something like a cancer diagnosis, one would probably say that that's a whole lot more difficult than training for this grueling race. What was more difficult?
Well, it's hard to say because they were both going on at the same time. So as I was going through cancer treatment, I started training. So on my first day of radiation was the first day that I ran 1 mile. And by the end of my radiotherapy, I was doing 20 miles, and then I had to learn how to swim and get flexible enough to ride 112 miles. So that was all going on during chemotherapy and radiation therapy.
So Pastor Jay, I have to ask you, to hear you say that you wanted to be a role model, you wanted to teach your daughter something, I absolutely understand that, but can you help us understand what it was like for you at the worst? Because every day couldn't have been okay. Like, there must have been days that you didn't think you could do it. What was it like during the worst times? Because you obviously got through all this, but what was it like when it was really tough?
I mean, it got really tough. There were days that I dealt with all the things that you would expect, the nausea and fatigue and extreme headache, recovering from 2 brain surgeries. It was tough, but I found that if I could just find the will to get up out of bed and start my training, once I started training, my body responded really well. And then along with everything that I was struggling through, I also got some endorphins. And it was really helpful with dealing with the stress and all of the difficulty that I was going through.
Did you get any assistance from the big guy upstairs?
Yeah, well, I would start every training session the exact same way. I'd pray and ask for strength. And I would feel so weak going into it. But as I would start, I would find this strength deep within. And, Scripture tells us that God's power is perfected in our weakness. So I wanted to put that to the test, and I really did. And so I prayed, and he never failed me. Always had the strength all the way up to race day when I went 140 miles.
What has your daughter said? How old is she? Did I miss? How old is she?
She's 5.5.
5.5. So how has this impacted her? Because you did this, she was your inspiration.
Yeah, and I was a little worried because she was so young. When Hero, my daughter, was born, I intended to do Ironman when she was around 10 years old so that she could really comprehend this lesson. But with her being a little younger, I wasn't sure if she was going to comprehend it or not. Oh, hey, Hero.
Oh, and there she is.
Hero, you're on TV. You want to wave? Hi.
What's her name?
Hero.
Hero.
H-E-R-O.
How perfect
my
is
wife
that?
is a Shakespeare professor, and Hero's name is from a Shakespearean play.
I don't know, it seems like she'd be named after the actions of her father.
Yeah, I think you're both heroes, no doubt about that. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. We really appreciate you talking with us, Pastor Jay. Bye, Hero. Thanks, Hero.
Bye, Hero.
Bye, sweetie. She's cute. Okay, to follow Jay's journey online, you can visit jhewitt.org. You can also follow him on Instagram @jhewitt. Again, thank you so much, Pastor. Have a great day.
Thank you.